Hello friends, I was trying to do a Periscope earlier, but evidently Periscope Twitter doesn't have the same power. I'm on a plane right now. Boy, what a day I had. I had to delete an earlier broadcast. It was apparently not edifying. I had 3 hours sleep and went to the airport in Bangkok and found out that the first leg of my journey wasn't, let's just say, wasn't finished or whatever. So they had no authorization to get me out of Bangkok. So that threw off my whole schedule for the day getting home. That would be so bad, except when you have 3 hours sleep and you're packed up and you're in a foreign country and your week is scheduled like mine. You kind of want to get out. So I finagled new flights, and instead of flying directly from like Hong Kong to Dallas, I'm flying from Bangkok to Hong Kong, Hong Kong to LA, LA to Dallas. Oh my God. So anyway, I was so frustrated, so I asked the Periscopians to pray with me over it, and we got it worked out so I can get home. I'll get home, 3 flights more than, more flights than I needed, and 8 or 9 hours more exhausted than I should be. But I'm home. I'm gonna get home. So anyway, I'm in Hong Kong now. You got to get this. The church in China, the church in Singapore, the church in Asia had more interest in the ratings proved it in the American election than any election in American history, because they were praying that America would not go down and be destroyed. They were convinced Hillary would have been a bad thing, even though the media is pro-Hillary, even though the government's pro-Hillary. Now, when I was in Singapore, I had a freaky experience because I found out that the deep state Obama people actually had contacted Singapore and told them not to let me in the country because I would be dangerous. And the pastor said in all his years having ministries, Heidi Baker, all these others, said never once has the government ever sent the secret police to go deny a visa to an American preacher. Franklin Graham, maybe they wouldn't have in because of his, outspokenness on Islam. But the pastor went to bat and said, "This guy's an enemy of Singapore. He's a friend." And I'm a corporate consultant. I work with governments. I work with political organizations. But you see, I'm telling you. And then I had to really work through some things people were saying, like, well, Lance, maybe sometimes we get persecuted because of our own stupidity. This isn't persecution because of stupidity. This is because the moment that you become a prophetic voice that goes outside the church mountain and gets involved with economics, governments, and other affairs that the devil cares about, the devil will try to block you from getting into the country. So I believe God's sending me into these places. I'm convinced more than ever that we have an assignment in the Asia-Pacific Rim. And the Asia-Pacific Rim is right now where the greatest threat is in the earth. It's not about Russia and the stupid CNN, narcissistic obsession with the Russia conspiracy. As I said in an earlier broadcast, what nobody's saying is Putin put his finger in the eye of the electoral process. He didn't shape it. He didn't get Trump elected, but he surfaced emails through WikiLeaks and other sources. I believe the Russians did do that. But why did he do it? Because pro-democracy Hillary organizations were planted in Moscow that were fighting with Putin. Putin ruthlessly, we all forget history. Putin cracked down and kicked out these 501c3 organizations that were sent there under the Obama administration to undermine his regime. And Barack Obama interfered with Israel's election too. But they interfered particularly with Putin. And it's not because he's Russian or Russia has, some deep strategic conflict with us. Of course, there's the Ukraine and there's, the Crimea. But what I want you to hear is this. Please listen to me. It's because Putin is Orthodox Christianity and traditional marriage, and adamantly against, remember the Pussycat Riot thing where he locked up the Pussycat girls that were protesting? He's anti-LGBT, he's anti-gay. And no one can get away with that in the liberal world today, in the New World Order, in the socialist European New Order, and the American leftist New Order. They will kill you, they'll take you out. So this thing is about ideology. It's not about Putin. It's not only about Putin as a threat. They don't say it, but I promise you it's because of his adamant stance against homosexuality. It's the unpardonable sin in the New World Order. So the deal is, the real threat is North Korea. North Korea now has movable launchers. That means that, from the research I'm doing while I'm in Asia, North Korea has the ability now, China gave it to them, the ability to have mobile launchers to be able to launch missiles from. That means we can't just take out a nuclear silo because they can be moved around on the back of a truck. So that's a problem. Secondly, they now can reach Alaska or Hawaii. It's just a matter of time before they can start to target Los Angeles or Houston. The Russians and the Chinese were asked for help. Trump went to them for help, and here's what they said. Basically, this. They said, hey, you should probably stop agitating North Korea with joint military exercises. In other words, collapse your commitment to supporting the protection of South Korea, and, let him develop his nuclear capacity, and don't stir up trouble. Well, I'll tell you what Trump's going to do. He's going to go, so you're not going to help. Now, he also knows that China increased their economic trade with North Korea, by 40%. So he just recently got some data that says that they're not really doing what they said they were going to do. So this may sound crazy, but I think we Christians need to start praying. One of the things that Trump can do is he could tell China, this will freak them out, he could tell them he's going to prepare for the nuclear self-determination of Japan. Japan will become a nuclear balance of power. Last thing China wants is Japan with a nuclear weapon. But that could be the balance of power card. It could be that Trump threatens that he doesn't want to be the only protector of the Asia-Pacific Rim. He's not into that. He's trying to build America. But he can't have this guy saber rattling and threatening to put missiles in the United States while he stands by. So he's got no good choices here, because the nutbag in North Korea can easily launch into Seoul, Korea, and he got a city of 10 million people, and so as soon as the bullets start flying, he's got the missiles all launched. And there's no good scenario, but I'll tell you this: if Trump goes with the diplomatic pressure and says, "All right, I'm going to nuclearize South Korea and Japan," how's that for an option? We're going to increase the balance of power in the region. I think you might see. I don't know how much China can do, but I think China would respond differently. So I'm just saying, we're always talking about this stuff. So if we're going to pray, let's see how that one floats. Let's see if Trump says anything. I see all these faces going, oh, at me. But I mean, if you're going to pray, you might as well pray with some strategy and say, Lord, is this the thing to do? Of course, one part of you says, well, we don't want to see more nuclear weapons. Well, no, what you don't want to see is you don't want to see like England has. I have a friend of mine arguing in defense of this stupid strategy that the English police are given clubs and not guns. They have to deal with terrorists with their hands and clubs. They don't want the police armed. That's liberalism gone crazy. Because the more people that have guns, the more likely there's going to be violence. I think the police are the one people you want to be able to have the gun. Is this stupid or what? I'll tell you what, this is your brain on socialism. So, police are not guns. Even the Apostle Paul says in Romans that the servant of Rome doesn't wear the sword in vain. I mean, what was he supposed to say? He doesn't wear the make-believe sword in vain. Even Paul says it. Roman servant ought to have a sword. Anyway, so I deleted my earlier broadcast because I was frustrated. I got a good team. I got a great staff. I've had people that have been with me for 17, 20 years. And, sometimes things don't work out the way you want. But I do love my team, even when I think they're torturing me. These flights. My God. All right, so you guys got any feedback for me out there? I'm doing my spy update here so that Annabelle doesn't say anything because she made me delete my broadcast earlier. She said she got feedback from people, which means my family, Mercedes, that I was being too much over the top. Here, I've got to show where Annabelle is. Annabelle's over here. Well, say hi, honey.
I'm already sucked into a movie, guys.
Okay.
I forget what it's called, but Katie Holmes, I haven't seen her in a while. Then I'll fall asleep and then, you know, see in about 10 hours.
Okay, babe. My wife, I so love the simplicity of her life. See, I'm sitting here thinking about nuclear issues, North Korea, why I'm on the watch list of Singapore as a dangerous visitor. And she's going to take a 10-hour nap and watch Katie Holmes. There's something nice about that. Okay. Hey, do you think I should have eye surgery? Anybody got a good plastic surgeon? I hate these bags under my eyes. I'm not a vain man, but you know, I want to age with dignity. Besides that, they charge you for $100 a bag here at American, and anything over $2 I have to pay for. And so if I have these, I end up paying for them. Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny. Sir, you're over the bag limit. You have 2 free, but you're carrying 2 under your eyes. Oh, praise God. Anybody, hey, what? Did you guys see that movie with Roy Kroc? I forget it, with, it's really very good, about the founder of McDonald's, Roy Kroc. What a great movie. I mean, I heard that it was a bad movie because people didn't like the main character. Well, he's not likable. But I can empathize with him as I see the movie because he's got passion and vision, and it shows the spirit of drive and ambition. Of course, he divorces his wife and rips off, you know, his partners. That's not good. Hey man, I'm just saying, but the movie is like, I like a good movie that's really that tells the truth about people. But something about visionary people getting something done. You guys see that movie? What's it called again? With Brian Keaton. One of you guys will figure it out. People say I must be tired. Well, there's only 219 people watching this. What time of day is it there? Come on, man. Is it 6 a.m.? Oh, is it 6? Oh, is it 6 a.m. in the United States? 5 a.m.? That's 222. Magic number, 222. Whoop, dropped to 218. They're leaving me now. 2:15. Sorry, it's like a countdown to takeoff. All right, so look, I look handsome in the Lord. Yes. When George Burns was saved, he looked handsome in the Lord too. 98. All right. Yeah, I know I look fine. I'm fine. I'm just saying. These bags, I hate them. You know. What do women do? Women hide them somehow. Hey, you know what? If I had them done right, I could be Asian. Maybe if they tuck them up like this, maybe I could be Lan Tuk Lan. I could be Lance is just not an Asian word. I need a new Asian name. Okay, I'm gonna hop off here. 5:45, 6:30 in Rhode Island. Come on, Paula. Kochanek. Hey, Kochanek. Is that like Polish? Did you like Trump's speech? I love Trump's speech to Poland. Okay, Cheryl Davis Miller. Glad to see you. Dorothy Bradford. Julianne Parks. You know what? I have the Women's Army. I think forget Patricia King and these other women doing these Women Arise. I think I should do Women Arise. I think I got more women in my army than these women have in theirs. Or close to it. Erica Lashaw, 4:44 a.m. All right, girl. That's a prophetic timing. And yeah, I think we should have a Lance's, we'll come up with a name for it. You know, like Charlie's Angels. You'll be like Lance's Angels Arise. Well, maybe not. We'll figure out the brand. Annabelle and Mercedes will fix it before I have to go public with it. But we do need, there's Air China right next door. Proof positive that I am where I said I am. or if you're dyslexic, Anakria. So, what would be a good name for a women's group? The Women Arise, I like that, but that's already been taken. Gladiettes, like Gladiators, no, a little lame. Lance's Ladies, no, sounds like I'm running some kind of a brothel. Lance, Ninja, we need a name for the women arising, something new, something different. I'm serious about this. I got some great female entrepreneurs that, I just realized the other day that the Bible says that it was the women that ministered to Jesus out of their substance. Herod's steward, whose name was Chuta, or something like that, Susanna, his wife. Literally, Herod's treasurer's wife funded Jesus' ministry. Indirectly, Herod was funding Jesus' ministry through his treasurer's wife. And look at Lydia and how she helped to fund the gospel for Peter. And for, who was it? Was it Lydia whose heart the Lord opened? Well, that was for Paul. Who's the one that Peter raised from the dead? I'm getting punchy now. Peter raised the seller of purple goods, or this woman from the dead. And I think both Paul and Peter had a prominent woman who helped to finance them. Angel wings. Okay, that could be winged women. Winged women. Winged women. I don't know. We'll throw that one at Women Warriors. We're still looking for a branding name for Lance's women, for the Women Arise. How about the, God, how about the End Time Handmaidens? No, I think this one already got that one. Women of Courage. Yes. Well, we'll come up with it. We'll come up with it. It'll be, we're going to Asia. I'm worried about the winged women thing because of all the W sounding words with them. It could be Wance Wallnow's winged women wise. The Asians struggle with those things. Anyway, what am I talking about? Margaret Fowler. How long have I been with you and you have not known me? I'm talking about the name of a female organization because I've got more women. Look, it's all women right now. I'm reading all these except for David, who frankly is posing with his wife in the picture. Okay, Dorcas, thank you. Dorcas was the name of the woman that Peter raised. Lydia was one that Paul reached. Hey, Fire Girls. Ooh, what do you guys think of Fire Girls, Leora? That's cool. Lionesses, 7M women, 7M women, 7M women, 7M women, Fire Girls. Hey, Rush Limbaugh has, no, we can't go with that, Rush Babes, that doesn't work. Sure.
All right.
Thank you very much. All right. I'm going to propose a toast. A toast this year when I go back this week, I'm doing your 7M Gen. I'm going to be working with your sons and daughters. Man, I've got people coming in from all over, surprise guests coming in from Washington to do training. It's going to be a powerful program up there for your young sons and daughters. And also, we're going to be doing a 7M Underground. Now, I know many of you are in the Underground, and some of you need to get in the Underground because we're launching this whole thing really on steroids in a couple of weeks. About 6,000 or 7,000 in it now, but man, it's going to be our super prayer group. We're going to organize you. I want to hit that congressional midterm elections. Bam! We're going to be a force. We're going to need 60,000 to 600,000. We're going to build the grassroots army. But I'm thinking about October having a great conference in Orlando for the movement, for the Sheep Nation movement, the 7M movement. I mean, we now have outposts that are forming in Singapore, in Bangkok, in Chester, England, in Bend, Oregon. I mean, everywhere I'm going now, it's like an apostolic hub is what I'm walking into. And they're all about changing the game. So we're going to get warring women. Okay, I like that. I like Lance's Fiery Angels. Yes, Lance's Wonder Women. I like that. Lance's Wonder Women. Oh, that's so cute. All right, let the Sheep Nations arise. We'll come up with a 7M Angel Army. Ooh. Hey man, the 7M Angels are. Oh, I like that one. Well, you guys keep sending me a name for a women's movement. What I want is a women's movement, because maybe when we do our underground conference in October, we're gonna have a special, pre-event, Women Arise, like the female entrepreneurs, the female warriors, the female 7M warriors. I'll tell you what, man, they're lethal. Dunamis daughters. Oh, that's cute. I like that. The Dunamis daughters, the DDs. Hot shots. All now Wonder Women. Oh my God! Wait till the Daily Beast and the Huffington Post gets a hold of this one. My God, my reputation will be shot. Meanwhile, Dallas Evangelist, working with his Wonder Women, called his fiery 7M Angels, doing a conference. We'll come up with something that'll keep us out of trouble. The Wailing Warring Women. Patricia Wright, the Wailing Warring Women at the Wailing Wall. The Wailing Warring Women at the Wailing Wall. All right. Okay, everybody. I'm going to hop off here. I'm getting delirious now. Have a good day. I'm in Hong Kong. Pray for me going to Los Angeles. Pray to me. Pray to me. That's good theology. Pray to me. Pray for me while we go to Dallas. And then I'll be on Sid Roth this week, by the way. It's supernatural. I'll be with Sid Roth, talking about It's Supernatural. So I'll be with Sid on Tuesday. I'll be talking about Leviathan. I'm going to throw in a couple of other demons just to spice up the stew. Leviathan, Absalom, Jezebel, and Ahab. Might as well stir up all of them at the same time. They're all connected, you know. It's like George Soros' network. Did I say that? All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Hang in there. Thanks for your partnership in the great cause. And they love Donald Trump out here, by the way. They love Donald Trump. Donald Trump, good man, God's man. All right, talk to you later.